before you open your phone tomorrow morning, before you check your messages, before you start planning your day. Ask yourself one question. Am I building my life around Jesus, or am I squeezing Jesus into my life? Because in Luke chapter 10, Jesus walks into a house, and two women respond in two very different ways. One becomes busy, the other becomes still. One becomes distracted, the other becomes attentive. One serves, one sits. And Jesus makes a statement that still confronts believers today. Mary has chosen the better part. What if the better part is not more effort? What if it is not more productivity? What if it is not more serving? What if the better part is presence? Tonight we are going deep into the story of Mary and Martha. And by the end of this teaching, you will understand how to choose the better part in your own life without abandoning your responsibilities, your calling, or your family. This is not about laziness. This is about priority. Let's go to the Word. The story appears in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verses 38 through 42. Jesus enters a village. A woman named Martha welcomes him into her house. She has a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to his teaching, but Martha was distracted with much serving. She approached him and said, "Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her to help me." And Jesus answered and said, "Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen the better part, and it will not be taken away from her." Now pause. We must understand something culturally significant. In first century Jewish society, women were not typically positioned as formal disciples of rabbis. To sit at a rabbi's feet was the posture of a student. Mary was not casually relaxing. She was intentionally learning. She was crossing cultural expectations to prioritize spiritual formation. She was saying, "Your words matter more than social norms." That alone is powerful. To sit at someone's feet in that culture meant submission, teachability, hunger, dependence. Mary's posture speaks louder than her silence. She is not speaking, she is not serving, she is not performing, she is receiving. Many believers today struggle with receiving. We are more comfortable doing. We measure spirituality by productivity. But discipleship begins in stillness. You cannot follow someone if you never pause long enough to hear them. Mary understood that the presence of Jesus was more valuable than the approval of others. Verse 40 says Martha was distracted with much serving. Notice carefully. She was not distracted by sin. She was distracted by service. This reveals something profound. The enemy does not always destroy you with evil. Sometimes he overloads you with good. Responsibilities, ministry, deadlines, family expectations, all good. But when good things crowd out the main thing, your spirit becomes fragmented. The word distracted implies being pulled apart. Martha was divided internally. Her hands were active. Her heart was restless. You can be doing things for God while neglecting intimacy with God. And that tension produces exhaustion. Martha says, "Lord, do you not care?" This is no longer about dishes. This is about perception. When you are spiritually depleted, your perspective becomes distorted. She questions Jesus' care. She resents her sister. She demands intervention. This is what happens when service replaces intimacy. You begin to feel unseen, unappreciated, overburdened. But Jesus does not rebuke her harshly. He says, "Martha, Martha." Repetition of a name in Scripture signals compassion. He identifies the root issue. You are anxious and troubled about many things. The problem was not the serving. It was the anxiety beneath the serving. Many believers are not rebellious. They are overwhelmed. And overwhelm often means we have prioritized urgency over eternity. Jesus says something radical. One thing is necessary. In a culture that celebrates multitasking, Jesus simplifies life. One thing. Not your image, not your achievements, not your performance. One thing. And that one thing is sitting in his presence and hearing his voice. This echoes Psalm 27, where David says, "One thing have I desired, to dwell in the house of the Lord." Spiritual maturity always simplifies priorities. The more you grow, the clearer the main thing becomes. Presence. Mary has chosen the better part, and it will not be taken away from her. Everything Martha prepared would eventually disappear. The meal would be eaten, the dishes would be washed, the moment would pass. But what Mary received internally could not be stolen. Revelation lasts longer than reputation. Intimacy lasts longer than applause. Time at his feet deposits eternal stability into your spirit, and stability sustains you when life becomes chaotic. Here is something deeper. Martha's identity in this moment was tied to what she did. Mary's identity was anchored in who she was becoming. Performance-based identity says, "I matter because I produce." Beloved identity says, "I matter because I am His." When identity is built on performance, anxiety follows. When identity is rooted in relationship, peace follows. Mary chose formation over validation, and that is why Jesus defended her. Today we live in constant distraction. Notifications, emails, deadlines, social media, obligations, and even spiritual leaders can fall into Martha's pattern, preaching without praying, serving without sitting, leading without listening. The kingdom does not advance through frenzy. It advances through abiding. Jesus later says in John 15, "Abide in me." Abiding is not passive, it is relational dependence. Mary embodied abiding before it was formally taught. There are seasons for serving. There are seasons for sitting. Wisdom is knowing the moment. Jesus was physically present. That opportunity would not last forever. Mary recognized the value of now. Many times we miss divine invitations because we are consumed with temporary responsibilities. There will always be tasks, but divine encounters are sacred interruptions. Learn to recognize them. Ask yourself, am I serving from love or from pressure to prove myself? Am I busy because I am called or because I am afraid of slowing down? Do I feel anxious when I'm not producing? If stillness makes you uncomfortable, that reveals something about your dependence on activity. The better part requires humility. It requires admitting, I need to sit before I stand. The world does not need more exhausted believers. It needs anchored disciples. Your family does not need a perfect performer. They need a peaceful presence. Your ministry does not need constant activity. It needs spiritual depth. Choosing the better part does not mean abandoning responsibility. It means ordering it correctly. Sit first, then serve. Receive first, then release. Listen first, then lead. Because what you receive at His feet will shape everything that flows from your hands. Mary chose the better part, and Jesus said it would never be taken away. That is the invitation tonight. Choose again. Close the noise. Silence the pressure. Sit at His feet, and let presence become your priority.